Well, hello and welcome to the Reformed Review. This is Pastor Kevin O'Connor from Oak Grove Baptist Church. I wanted to tell you that this video you can totally blame on Tim Wildsmith. I saw a video where he and his wife Becca were thinking of if he could only have 3 Bibles. If somebody came in here to my office or his office, that was the story, and said, hey, you can't have any of these Bibles, you can only have 3 of them, what 3 would they be? Now, this got me talking with a couple of my deacons, and they said, one of them told another man, he said, told another pastor, he said, well, if somebody did that, we'd have to go bury Brother Kevin out in, the back 40 because he's going to have a heart attack if somebody made him choose 3 Bibles. And I have to be honest, it was a difficult choice. But I did end up picking 3. The first 2 were relatively easy. The last one was actually the hardest one, but it also invoked a bit of emotional response from me when I landed on the final one. That's not by any means, these are not in most best to worst order. These are the top 3. If I'm on a desert island, if someone comes in the office and says, hey, you can only have 3 of these, we're getting rid of everything else, these are the 3 that I would keep. And these 3, practically speaking, the first 2 I thought of sermon preparation, I thought of personal study, I thought about apologetically being able to answer questions. So the first 2 that was the thought process. Now the first one on the list is the Cambridge Concord. Now this is the Cambridge Concord collaboration with Evangelical Bibles in the marbled mahogany calfskin, and you'll remember I did a review on this, so I'm not going to go over this Bible, but the first one on my list is the Cambridge Concord, the King James Version Cambridge Concord, and I'll tell you why. The fact that this has a Bible dictionary, it has a concordance, it has a archaic word index, and it has a very robust cross-reference system in it, makes this Bible absolutely phenomenal for personal study and even sermon preparation. So this Bible would be something that I could use if I had nothing else. If I was gonna be trapped on a desert island or forced into some concentration camp and I could only keep one, it's smaller than the other 2 for sure, but it's also very, very, very useful. The only thing that I would knock the Cambridge Bible, this Cambridge Concord for, is I wish it had notebook paper or blank pages in the back to write on. That would be the only way that it could be better, in my opinion. So, number 1, the Cambridge Concord. Specifically this one, I do have a split calfskin version, but this one is very special to me. This is a Bible that I received not that long ago for my graduation from Liberty University. So this would be one of the Bibles. The second one was also easy to pick. It's the ESV Study Bible. By far my absolute favorite study Bible. In my opinion, the best study Bible on the market ever made. Holds its own against all the new and upcoming study Bibles. It is very thorough. It gives you great articles in the back to read through. It also is even-handed, even though this is made from a slightly reformed perspective, I think. It's also even-handed in how it approaches eschatology, giving you all the views. It's also on controversial things. It seems to give every viewpoint and let you decide on those topics. So I really, really, really love the ESV Study Bible, and this would be my go-to resource study Bible that I would pick. Hands down, this one is the next one on the list. So we have the Cambridge Concord and the ESV Study Bible. Now the next one I picked, if you didn't realize, this channel says Reformed Review. R.C. Sproul had such an impact on my life, even as a Baptist, even as a Reformed Baptist, that I absolutely devoured this study Bible. The Reformation Study Bible was a foundational tool when I was studying out the Reformed tradition, when I was studying the doctrines of grace. This was R.C. Sproul's was a voice that really resonated with me. The Reformation Study Bible was something that I picked up and I enjoyed immensely. The main reason I would choose this one, not simply because of the emotional connection that I have to it, but it also has the creeds and the catechisms in them. Not all of them, but quite a bit of the old original creeds and confessions are in here. I would go so far as to read what confessions are in here that make it that much more relevant for me, I guess, or why I would choose it. But I would say more than just the confessions, it's the articles in the back of this Bible that really give you an idea of what covenant theology is. It has some church history in the back, apologetics, some topical articles, and then it gets into the creeds and confessions, which for me it was amazing to me to understand that it wasn't just the Catholics who had catechisms or a way in which we disseminate information so that we can think about it. And I enjoyed the creeds and confessions of the early church, of the Reformation era, and that Bible really actually invoked an emotional response to me. I was almost brought to tears thinking about how much this Bible, no more than a hardback text Bible that is really used for me personally as a study guide, a study manual, a textbook to refer to. But this Bible was very, very pivotal in my theological growth. So I have to have it on there. Now, that gives us, if you're not counting, our three, okay? We have the Cambridge Concord, the ESV Study Bible, and the Reformation Study Bible. That being said, I have two honorable mentions that I could take them and I would be fine, okay? First is the Allen, it's a 53, yeah, it's a 53 long primer. believe that's what it is. Let me look. Pretty sure it says in here. No, it doesn't. But yeah, I believe this is the Allen 53 long primer in, what is this? Highland goat skin, blue Highland goat skin with speckled page edges. This Bible, like the Cambridge Concord, I think the only thing it's missing is the dictionary. It does have the King's English glossary, and it has maps, and it has notebook paper in the back that you can write on, which is a huge plus to me. The only thing that it's missing is the dictionary, the Bible dictionary that the Concord has, which is why the Concord goes a little higher on the list for me. But this Allen long primer, 53 long primer, 53C long primer, I believe that's what it is, would be my first honorable mention. It would be nearly as useful as the Cambridge Concord. Last honorable mention. Now, I would say any MacArthur study Bible would be one that I could take with me, whether it was the ESV, the New King James, the NASB. But this one is particularly special to me because about 9 months ago, let me see, I think I wrote in this. I got this in March of this year. When I heard that John MacArthur was getting, his health wasn't doing that good and they didn't know what the future held. I have a John MacArthur study Bible, the NASB, but I also wanted to get a copy of the LSB, which John MacArthur and Master Seminary professors did a update to the NASB. It's called the LSB. I wanted that translation for nostalgic purposes of saying, hey, this is kind of a legacy work of John MacArthur. I wanted that Bible particularly. I wasn't looking for another John MacArthur study Bible. I was actually just looking for an LSB. But the LSB and the MacArthur study Bible is very, very good. And one of the best rebinders in the business messaged me and said, hey, I have a rebind of a LSB MacArthur study Bible. Would you be interested? And we ended up working that out. I have the LSB MacArthur study Bible in, I believe, I don't even remember what kind of cow skin this is. This is some sort of fancy cow skin with deer skin liner, but this Bible, you have to go look at the review. I did review this, and I did say all that stuff at the beginning at what this was, so go look it up. It's a great rebind, lovely Bible. This would definitely be my second honorable mention. It has everything that the regular MacArthur Study Bible has in the LSB format. Really, really, really handy Bible, and I would make that my second honorable mention. So, my top three, the three that I definitely couldn't do without, again, Cambridge Concord, the ESV Study Bible, and the Reformation Study Bible would be my top three. You might not like my top three, and that's okay. But if you have a top three that you could pick, what would yours be? Put type them in the comments. Share this video. I don't know how to tag Tim Wildsmith in this video. If you know how to tag Tim Wildsmith in this video, please do that so that he can see that at least he had a minimal impact on an old Alabama preacher. Okay? God bless.